how could we master in digital literacy if we don't enjoy reading? Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Febriani, majoring in Creative Media Communication at PETRA Christian University, Surabaya. Young people are often referred to as digital natives, which means we are easily adapt new technologies because we are living in digital culture era that heavily reliant on technology. Especially during COVID-19 pandemic, digital transformation in Indonesia accelerated rapidly. Unfortunately, this digital transformation is not balanced with public literacy skills. I will tell you a story. When I first attended a class in university, our lecturer asked, what qualities a good communicator should have? Everyone in class responded with some terms, like credibility, integrity, attractivity, the list goes on. But when our lecturer asked us to define those terms, no one volunteered. Even my friend in front of me immediately Googled it. I tried to answer. I described the term of credibility. I said, credibility. Someone has a credibility if people believe and trust them. And my answer was correct. So how did I know it? Because I often read those terms while I'm reading journal online. And I already understand the context when those terms were used. Okay, so my habit of reading since childhood helped me so much to understand those terms easily and develop my critical thinking. However, young people in Indonesia are still struggle to filter, process, and use information in the internet effectively because not all of them possess their digital literacy skills. According to Program for International Student Assessment or PISA, Indonesia is in the 10th lowest position in terms of literacy skill. So no wonder, whenever I attend middle schools or elementary schools to teach, I always ask the student, who is still reading books or e-books? No one raised their hands. But when I ask, who used ChatGPT to do homework? Everyone got so excited. They raised their hands, even admitted that they just copy and paste ChatGPT answers into their assignments without verifying it. So, digital literacy is crucial. It is supposed to prevent us from blindly believing all the information in the internet. Although we live in a digital era and the media of reading could be shifted to paperless like e-book, the habit of reading itself cannot be removed. Researcher and astronomer Carlina Supelli once said, reading cannot be replaced by scrolling TikTok because our brain only would be sharpened if we read books. But why hasn't our digital literacy skills improved? There are several factors, and I will explain why. First, Indonesian families not so many that cultivate the habit of reading since early age. Children are often seeing their parents scrolling through TikTok rather than reading books or newspaper. Parents are unaware of how children's disinterest in reading could affect their critical thinking when they grow older. Second, schools prioritize rote memorization. We torture to understand and remember all the mathematical formulas, animal and plant anatomy, or historical dates without knowing the significance. So schools are failed to build their students' critical and logical thinking. And the last one, while the government initiate programs to train our digital literacy, they forget to build the habit of reading itself. Recently, netizens have been discussing our vice president's speech because he misused the word of para. Example like he said, para ulama or para ibu. So basically, reading will save us from that kind of mistake. By reading, we are not going to be humiliated when we post online. Example like schools or universities hold weekly book discussion events. That way, students can be encouraged to read books productively. Or schools can also assign their students to read digital journals and write reviews about it, maybe noting the key data or critiques about the journals. So students can be trained to process, filter, and evaluate information in the internet. I imagine how advanced Indonesia when its people embraced reading and loved books. Indonesia has an abundance of art and cultures, natural wealth, or history that can be promoted online if we master in our digital literacy skills. I remember when Sukarno accused for wanting to overthrow the Dutch East Indies government. He wrote his own defense memorandum and read it in front of Dutch government. He had a really good writing skill so that he dared to against the Dutch government. I believe a good leader like Sukarno is also a great storyteller. And to be a great storyteller, one must excel at writing and reading. Because in that way, we can envision and articulate achievable futures. And also, as digital leader, we can transform our society. And Indonesia needs more young leaders like Sukarno, who have a really good digital literacy skills. Finally, that's all my speech. I hope we've all learned something new and become well-knowledgeable young digital leaders to transform society. Thank you.